Loom is a simple four-letter word with two very distinct meanings. For example, through the terrible smoke, Harold Cromwell's cotton mill loomed high above the city streets. In this instance, the word loom means to come into view in an indistinct and enlarged form. However, one could also use the word like this. "Please, sir, I'd be much obliged if you would help me, for it appears that my arm has become caught in this loom." In this example, loom can be taken to mean a hand-operated or power-driven apparatus for weaving fabrics. In the case of our story, both of these definitions will be equally important. They say you can tell a lot about a story from the way it begins. Unfortunately, this one begins in a cold, dark, miserable chamber. Inside this chamber sat a girl named Claire and a boy named Sam. They had been sitting there for a very, very long time. According to Master Cromwell, this was their punishment for asking silly questions. The truth was, however, that the children were very far from alone. "How are you feeling?" asked Sam. Said Claire. Is a word which here means, "I am malnourished and fatigued and seem to be entering a state of delirium." Claire had chosen to share half of her rations with Sam after noticing he hadn't been given anything to eat. At that moment, a loose brick tumbled to the floor. Out popped a small hand. Then, a curious face. It was a little girl. "Food?" she asked. Sam lifted the empty food tray and shook his head. "I'm Sam," said Sam. "Shu Feng," replied Shu. She bowed from the waist, stiff as a board. Oh, said Claire. All around the children, tiny voices began to chatter from behind the walls. Little did the children know that their chance meeting had been long foretold in the ancient Dustigan scriptures, and would be preached in Dustigan temples for centuries to come. And so it came to pass that the destinies of Claire the Wise Sam the bold, and Shufang the inventive were forever entwined.